Hi, I'm Mark. This is my September review for Aries Sun sign and Aries rising. We start the month with Mars being in your 6th house, making an aspect to Neptune. Now this brings up issues around health and your energy and vitality. You may feel a little bit drained, a little bit low, a little bit sluggish, and there may be things that you've had in the past that come back up again and surface. This only lasts for 3 days, so just take it easy. The positive side of this aspect is it's a good time to work behind the scenes on a project or something that you're going to bring forward later on. On the 2nd, it's time to learn more about yourself. This could be very beneficial going forward. We have a coming together of the Black Moon Lilith, which represents our shadow side, and the Moon's North Node, which represents our future and our destiny. Now with these two coming together, there could be a breakdown, there could be something that happens that seems bad at the time. That will, in hindsight, will be very beneficial to you because it will remove an obstacles in your way for going forward in the future. And this is a good time to incorporate the shadow side into your daily life. Carl Jung said that without incorporating this shadow side into our lives, we cannot start to have a positive relationship with other people, the creative side or the divine side. So this is a great time, fantastic opportunity to work with this. You have 8 days with this aspect. And also at the start, on the 2nd, we have an input from Venus, and on the 3rd we have an input from Mercury. So with these two, you can get a better understanding. You can also learn so much of Mercury, and this is a great time to put all these together and make some progress forward. On the 4th, Mercury makes an aspect to Saturn in your 11th house. It's a good time to get things sorted out with friends, get practical things done. It's also a good time to concentrate on your aims and goals for the future. Think about those. Then on the 5th, Pluto in your 10th house of career and destiny has 2 aspects. First from Mars. This one lasts for 3 days. This is very different from the one at the start of the month. This one you'll have a lot of energy, you'll be able to have sustained effort and really achieve with this. It's a good time to transform things creatively as well, and again thinking about your future path forward. This is to do with your routines and also with your career and your destined path. There's also an aspect from Venus on that day, so relationships can be involved as well. This is a square, so if there are changes happening, let them happen. Changes need to happen to keep your relationship fresh. On the 6th, it's a fantastic day. We have 2 positive trine aspects. You'll be very sociable, you'll be very lively, you'll be wanting to get on with people, and you'll be very inquisitive as well. We have Venus in your 7th making an aspect to Jupiter. So this is good for dealings within relationships, relating to people. You'll be able to get what you want on a day like this, achieve your desires. It's also a good day for working within groups or with colleagues. You can gain a lot through them. And then the other aspect between the Sun and Uranus means you'll be wanting to discover new things within your daily routines or your work patterns, and you're very open to learning about new things. Great day on the 7th with a new moon in Virgo, and this is in your 6th house. We already have a concentration of planets in your 6th house. This new moon in Virgo is about finding the divine in detail. So it's a good time to analyse things, analyse your health, your diet, your exercise, your daily routines, your daily work, and see where you can make improvements, see where you can make life more pleasurable for yourself. You already have Mars in this sign, so your energy and the practical side can come in to help you do this as well. Also on this day there's an opposition between Mercury and Chiron. This is a day when you might think to yourself to speak or not to speak. That is the question. You need to decide, you need to use your analytical skills, your critical side to decide whether you need to speak up or whether it's best to stay quiet. On the 13th we have another opposition to Neptune, this time from the Sun. This one only lasts for a day or so, so it's not quite so long as the one we had at the beginning of the month of Mars. But there will be some confusion around, maybe misunderstandings, so it's not a good day to make decisions, because you probably won't have all the picture, because Mercury puts a fog around things. And there could be things that crop up within your daily routines or your health, but these will be short-lived, and you can get back to normal pretty soon afterwards. The advantages of this aspect is it increases your compassion, it increases your desire for connection with the spiritual side of things. So this is a good time to do any meditation or any spiritual work, and it's also a good time that you can really feel the spiritual side within your relationships, and you could have a fantastic experience this way. And the other thing it's good for is it's good for bringing the spiritual side into your daily life, your daily routines. On the 15th we have an aspect between Saturn and the Black Moon Lilith. Now this is a positive aspect, and this is a time to re-evaluate your life. You've got 14 days to do this. And now the focus will be around the 11th house with Saturn there. He's very comfortable there. He rules or co-rules the 11th house in Aquarius, where your Saturn is at the moment. So this is a very positive place for Saturn. And also the Black Moon Lilith in your 3rd house. So this is a time to come up with new ideas. This is a time to balance the conscious and the unconscious mind, so that you can find out what you actually want. Then you can put a plan of action into place. Saturn is in that 11th house of dreams and goals for the future. So this is an ideal opportunity to look at this. On the 16th there's 2 aspects that will help you get this kick started. The first one is an aspect between the Sun and Pluto. Now this is where you can delve beneath the surface, so you can see what needs changing and what you're not happy with. And also with Venus making an aspect to Saturn on that same day, this is a good time to make that appraisal of your life, so that you can see exactly what needs doing. On the 20th we have a full moon. This full moon is in Pisces, in your 12th house. So now we have the Sun in your 6th house opposing the moon in your 12th. So it's a good time to get balance. This is going to highlight where there's order and where there's chaos in your life, where you're in control and where you're not in control. The moon may demand that you withdraw and be on your own a bit, so you can think about these things, because you've been putting a lot of work into your daily life, and it may be time to have a rest and just chill out a bit. Well, you can think about things, think about where you've got these issues that maybe need resolving, and then you can put that balance into action. It's a very intuitive full moon, it's a very sensitive full moon, and it's also very good for being very compassionate to others as well. And you could have some mystical experiences with this full moon, or some spiritual enlightenment. Also on the 20th, same day as the full moon, Mars makes a positive aspect to Moon's North Node. The Mars, as we know, is in your 6th house. There's a lot of work been going into your routines, and maybe a lot of things that you've discovered about your routines that you now want to change. Well, this aspect will put you on the right path, because it will illuminate where you need to go and what you need to do to make these things happen. We also have an aspect between Mercury and Jupiter on that day, which helps you to think big, to plan big and be bold. So maybe this is a good time to take that glimpse of the future and then start working towards it. On the 21st we have an aspect between Mercury and Pluto. This will happen 3 times. This is because Mercury is slowing down and will go retrograde on the 27th. So the first one is a square on the 21st, the second square is on the 2nd of October, and the third square is on the 1st of November. So there's a theme that will happen between these 3 aspects. Now, if you remember, Mercury's in the 7th house of relationships, and Pluto's in the 10th house of career and destiny. So these areas in particular, you need to keep an open mind. This aspect is renowned for obsessive thinking or being coerced. It's linked to propaganda or being fed wrong information, so be aware of that. But the positive side of this aspect is that you can gain great insights into things that are hidden in these areas, and you can learn about psychological issues and also about your own psychological makeup. Now on the 23rd there's another aspect between Venus and Uranus. Now this one is across the money houses, so there could be money coming in or a sudden change of fortune within these houses. Now the 8th house is about shared resources, so there could be money coming in from an outside source, or joint money coming in, or there could be a change of circumstances, or there could be something new and exciting that comes up, a new way of making some money. If you cast your mind back earlier in the month when we spoke about the aspect between Saturn and the black moon Lilith, well, on the 24th Mars makes a positive aspect to these two and forms a grand trine. So the three of them come together in air. So this is a grand trine in air. So this can be a very inspirational time. We spoke about how the Saturn aspect can help you to restructure your life, but now Mars plugs in as well, and you can put things into action. You can really make these changes happen now, so give you the confidence to do things, and Saturn will keep Mars energy under control, so it's very well organised, very well controlled, so you can use structure to push things forward, push these ideas, this inspiration. It's a great time for growth and to bring all your thoughts to culmination. There's a real boost to your plans on the 25th when the Sun makes a positive aspect to the Moon's North Node. You'll be able to realign yourself with your true path now and start to push forward on that route. On the 29th there's also good news because the Sun taps into Saturn, and then you can really be organised, disciplined, and use this energy to put things into action. So everything's fallen into place now, and if you've done the work with Saturn, then you will gain the benefit and the reward. We finished the month on the 30th with a positive note. We have the Sun making a positive aspect to the black moon Lilith, and this will increase your charisma and your charm, and you'll have a certain magnetism about you. We also have Venus making a square to Jupiter. Of all the squares you could have in a chart, this is probably the least challenging. It can be quite beneficial as well. And then the last aspect is an opposition between Mars and Chiron. Now Mars is in that 6th house, so this is a good day to get those things done that you've been putting off. Your passions and your drive will overcome your fears on this day, so you can get those jobs done. And it's also, you can understand and get an insight into your motivations and why you haven't done these things before and why you need to do them. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the review for September. If you'd like to see more, please subscribe, and if you'd like to leave me a message, I'd love to hear from you.